Namaste, Jai Bharat. Normally I don't get many comments. I don't get many comments for the videos that I present. Not to speak of negative comments. But then this morning, I find a comment which says that, Professor, why glorifying India? India is the word he uses, India. Why glorifying India so much? Till 1980s, we did not even have flush toilets. Then I just read it. 1980. He's confidently saying that till 1980s there were no flush toilets in Bharat. But then I thought, in 1974 I was well within the Indian Air Force. I'm born in 1956, and in my remembrance, what I remember is that I haven't really come across many toilets which do not have flush. Maybe I haven't probably chanced to come. I must have not had the chance to come across. Then I immediately thought that this man is from somewhere like a place like Jhumri Talaya. Well, actually, Jhumri Talaya is far advanced, that I know. Jhumri and Talaya, two villages. But for rhetoric, I said Jhumri Talaya. Doesn't mean that Jhumri Talaya is backward. So then I thought I'll say, and I did say that, how do you start studying, understanding history? You arbitrarily select a convenient point in history from where you start reading history, ignoring whatever was behind. So this attitude is what we should address. There are people with such attitudes, many people, and there are many people who would like to propagate that attitude, that Bharat has these drawbacks at one time. And actually they start speaking of the history of Bharat from that point, which is to their convenience, and why to their convenience is all important, one should find out. Beyond that or behind that, there is no saying about what used to be the history of Bharat. This person says till 1980s there were no flush toilets, but this person begins his knowing Bharata history from some point in time. Certainly not from Dholavira. Dholavira is the known to be first flush toilets of the world. And Dholavira was an actively great town with citadels, as it is the case with all Vedic sites. Almost all Vedic sites with the great citadels. He says that till 1980s there were no toilets with flush. And Dholavira is the first one where we find toilet with flush. In my days in the Air Force in the beginning, like 74, etc., there were these European closets were not common. They were only in some places, European closets. But they were all flush toilets in any case. Anyway. So this is something which we experience, something which we see. People start understand the history. They start the narrative from one point in time to their convenience. The Iqbalian kind of Muslims, the Muhammad Iqbalian Muslims, start talking about things post-Islamic. They used to reference that in Kaaba, Mecca, Muhammad himself had destroyed about 360 idols. What's behind the scene, no one speaks. That's there. But Iqbal would say that Islam is a polity, Islam is a unity. They would like to begin from there. They would like to begin from there. So the past history is conveniently left off, and they would like to speak of things to their convenience. Like today, the opposition people speaking about caste differences. These days, caste differences do not really exist except in the minds of some people, but they would like to speak about it. Here again, it's to their interest, it's to their convenience, and it's to their purpose. But it's amazing that someone still keeps saying that the ladies didn't have toilets, flush was uncivilized. Look at the term, uncivilized, barbaric, and very backward people. Yes, if you want to look at that way, you please look at that way, and then you can freely adopt the advanced people's ways of life and suffer from your own suffocation. Till we meet again. Namaste, Jai Bharat and Jai Sri Ram.